Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne here to do your What's Cracking reading. It's going to be very different now because the camera I've been using has been over there and now I'm up here. So do excuse me. I'm not being rude if I don't look at the camera, and I have had people complain about that before. I have tried a couple of options, and this is my next option. So I'm now taping to the computer and then going to try uploading to YouTube. So let's see if this works out. If you're seeing me, hey presto, that would be my option now rather than using the iPad or the phone. I've tried everything to remove that awful malware warning. I've Googled things, I've YouTube things, to no avail, and tried everything in there. So this is my only other option. Otherwise, I can't use that channel anymore, which is a pain in the backside. All right, so we are going to do your What's Cracking reading. I'm still available for personal readings. If you do want to book your own reading, www.theaussiegoddess.com. But if you're finding that's complicated or too complicated for you, I will book them for you, but only if you've tried them yourself. All right, we're going to use the Cosmic Tarot for this reading today. I must say I've been having really weird dreams lately. I seem to be having these really confused or crazy dreams. They're not scary or anything like that, but I just wondered if everybody's going through the same thing at the moment. All right, so we're starting off with the King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy coming through here. The King of Swords at his best. He can be quite a logical person, he or she, masculine energies. Can sometimes be a bit sort of cold and cruel if they're at their negative end. Sometimes for me represent that narcissistic, cold, controlling energy. I do feel this person is quite sort of, I almost want to say, very direct in their approach, but at the negative end can be quite spiteful. Whoever this person is, I don't feel like it's you. I feel like there's somebody coming in for you here. And I've worked out where that's coming from. It's possible that you could have met this person in the recent time. I don't feel this is old energy coming through. It feels like quite recent energy, but maybe you're just coming to a point here because the Lovers card is here. Definitely Gemini energy coming through. It sort of feels to me like maybe this person is softening or getting past those initial stages with you, which is always good. So we have the Lovers card here. So I feel like with the Lovers card, now we always talk about a relationship or two people being brought together, by the divine. But for me, it always has the energy of the original meaning, which is about a choice. And I feel like here, especially with this Five of Pentacles, that you may be making some sort of choice about somebody here, whoever this person is for you. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a love interest. It could be somebody you see as a close friend or family member. But when I get the Five of Pentacles, I'm feeling here that somehow somebody has been left out in the cold. Either they have deserted you, and with that King of Swords may not have actually spoken to you as to why. That can be, especially with this Five of Pentacles, very much for me the energy of ghosting, not communicating, sort of moving on without actually saying why. I do feel, though, if that is the case, that you felt a very strong connection with this person, with the Lovers card there. All right, so we have, okay, so I have here the Prince of Cups, and following that I have here the Princess of Pentacles. Now what I'm feeling, especially with this Five of Swords here, there's some sort of offer may have been made. You may have had some sort of connection to this person that was undeniable, but I feel like somehow or another this person may have made promises they couldn't keep, or in the heat of the moment. Now it always makes me think of Paradise by the Dashboard Light. So if you ever know the Meatloaf song, I'm feeling that sort of energy, where you jump into something because of the heat of the moment and then decide it's not really what you want. This is why I guess sometimes we rush into relationships feeling so in love and so elated, and a couple of weeks later we're like, yeah, it didn't really work, because we get that sort of excitement. And I remember finding out some time ago with the butterflies in the stomach, I used to think that was always excitement, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. Sometimes your butterflies in your stomach can be a warning that something is not quite right. So I say to people now, listen to that, because we are raised to think that those butterflies mean that we're falling in love or that things are good. Not necessarily so. So there can be a warning here, and I do have the Justice card here. I just want to check behind. Right. Okay, so this energy with the energy of the Justice card makes me feel like this was a destined event. Somehow or another, you were possibly meant to meet this person for whatever reason. Sometimes it just means that you have lessons to learn too. I feel like this person was probably not completely honest, I guess, with you about how they were feeling. But we all know people walk away because they don't have the courage to tell you straight. And I feel like this person somehow or another has disappeared very, very quickly from your life. And maybe you're still questioning with that connection, why did that happen? Let's get into it a bit more. Now, the only thing is I can't show you the cards, so I'll show you as I'm going. All right, so I have the Two of Wands here. So I guess this is more likely your energy here. So when something like this happens and it disrupts our status quo, it puts us in the energy of first we do the grief, and then we sort of question how we get back out there, how we move in a new direction. And I say to people, it's not really like a crossroads. It's like the energy of having a new path to go down. Now, you know, after you've done your healing, after you've gone through the growth that you need to go through from your healing, it might be that there's a brand new opportunity opening up for you here. So let's have a look. All right, yeah, we have the Ten of Cups. So you're being invited by Spirit to move in a brand new direction. And I can't help feeling for some people, when you have those really rough relationships and then you go back and you work out what happened and do that healing, very often what happens is you choose differently, you choose more wisely, you choose with more, I almost want to say with more vigor, like you really understand who you are. It breaks you open, it cracks you open, as I've said before, but it allows you to see what you can do differently moving forward so you do not repeat the pattern, which more than likely you've done before. I speak to a lot of people and I say to them when these things happen, you know, has this sort of happened to you before? And I've got to say, most people will say, yes, it has happened before, but just not to that extreme. And one woman said to me one day, it just gets worse, because you keep reminding you, the Spirit is reminding you that there's a lesson to be learned and you're not uptaking the lesson. So Ten of Cups is here. So I feel like, especially with these two cards, that you're taking a brand new direction here. I like it. I think it's beautiful energy. Yeah, so you're completing a cycle. So whenever I see the Ten of Swords, I feel that's the cycle of negativity. You know, maybe not realizing how much you deserve, maybe not seeing yourself in your own truth, maybe not realizing you deserve to be so much more. And you have to remember, a lot of times when people do this to you, it's because they have their own issues and sadness, and they've just reflected back to you. So you mirror to each other. All right, and then we have the Chariot coming through. So that's Cancer energy there. So I feel like you're being faced, or you're being pushed in a new direction, or encouraged to be moved in a new direction. And I feel like whatever this direction is, it's so much better than what you experienced before. It may be very different, and it may be a little uncomfortable moving in a new direction, but I feel like this is for your greater good. There's a completion of past karma coming through here. And then I see you moving forward with the Chariot. So it's sort of like you're taking up this new direction here, running towards a new direction to find your own happiness here. Very, very nice. All right. Oh, two came out at once then. Okay, so we have here the Princess of Wands with the Nine of Wands. This person wants to come around again. This person will want to come around again. You'll have communication here. I feel like you may be dealing with someone who did develop feelings, but maybe denied themselves because they didn't think they were good enough. Maybe they've gone through some healing here, but this Nine of Wands tells me there's definitely a cycle going on. So I feel there's a good opportunity here to be able to test out, is this what you want to move back in this same direction, especially if you've completed the cycle. But you know, if the other person's done the healing too, maybe it will change things. All right, so we have the Prince of Pentacles. So we've got somebody coming in with an offer. You know, Four of Swords, taking time out to really feel what you want. But what I want to say, there's always this energy with the Prince of Pentacles where, you know, something is being offered to you by the universe because it has been through some sort of change or some sort of, I almost want to say, a metamorphosis. So maybe your person has gone through a lot of work. You know, I think that we feel a lot of the time that it is about the male energy, because the male energy can be quite stuck and socialized into a pattern of thinking. And I hear it from people. Some of the things that men think that relationships are about is so far removed from what they are about, but they have been taught that that is the way it is.